pagdating sa korupsyon, ano sa iyong pananaw, Alan, ang punot dulo, ang root, ika nga?
Values, Kuya Boy.
Values.
Values, di ba? Kasi nga, from the time that we were colonized and then plundered by the Japanese.
Pero hindi tayo hopeless. This is something that we can change. This is something that we can have.
Well, even if you look at the recent future, panahon ni Pinoy, even panahon ni FVR, panahon ni certain periods kay Duterte, even now, yung pagbulgar, you see a glimpse of hope, di ba? Yun lang kasi yung ang Pilipino masyadong patriarchal, masyadong na pag ang tatay hindi ginawa yung red lines, pwede natin i-violate. Tayo hindi yung batas ang ating red lines eh. When I say red lines, yung when we were in DFA kasi yung gano'n, pag nagne-negotiate ka, kailangan i-drawing mo yung red kasi huwag tayong lalampas dito. Theoretically, the laws and morality are red lines. And some country, like Singapore, mahigpit sa batas. Certain laws in Arab and Middle East nations, grabe yung batas dyan. But tayo, more of kung ano yung sinabi ng tatay o leader. So, ganun yung cultural context natin, Kuya Boy. But yun nga ang problema. Hindi pwedeng, when the cat is there, the mouse is afraid, and when the cat is away, the mouse will play. It doesn't work. It has to be real change. Or my best example before was, hindi ka sumusunod sa traffic at all. But pagpasok ko ng Clark at Subic nung panahon ng mga Amerikano doon, susunod ka na naman. Pero paglabas mo, hindi ka na naman susunod sa traffic. But if you lived in Clark or Subic, even for a year, and you understand and internalize and the change happens, paglabas mo, sumusunod ka na sa traffic.
Alan, mapangahas at masakit itanong. Pero sa iyong pananaw, likas bang corrupt ang Pinoy?
Hindi, kasi lang tayo, masyadong adaptive. Kasi kung nasaan tayo ilagay, di ba yung sabi nila, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So ang Pinoy, lagay mo sa Saudi, lagay mo sa London, lagay mo sa Japan. Model citizens tayo eh. Pero lagay mo sa Pilipinas, kasi usually, Kuya Boy, your strength is your weakness. So for example, tignan mo, ang Koreano at saka Chinese, very sensitive pa pag pinag-usapan mo dyan World War II dahil sa harshness nung time na yun, nung Hapon. Tayo, best friends na natin, parang natin kapatid yung mga Hapon. Kasi nga, parang love the sinner, hate the sin, di ba? So our strength is forgiveness. But yun din ang problema, pagka may gumawa ng kalokohan, patahimikin mo lang 2 years, 3 years, or lang dyan, napapatawad na ulit, di ba?
Sa iyong pananaw, anong klaseng leaders ang kailangan ng ating bansa? Do we deserve strong men? Naalala ko yung authoritarian democracy ng dating, yung matandang Marcos.
We all love sausages.
Okay.
But don't look how it's
done.
made, di ba? Okay. So, I was searching then, and I came upon this author, ang last name niya, Anya Dique, African, and I felt so much affinity with, yung sinasabi niya, nung dumami ang Kristiyano, and she was talking about Catholic and Evangelical, she's in general, nung dumami daw yung Kristiyano sa Africa, nagka-hope siya at gusto niya pumasok sa politika. Then as she saw it unfold before her eyes, grumabe ang corruption imbis na nawala. Doesn't sound like hope. And she actually prayed and said, God, I don't want na. Alis na ako sa politika. I don't want to be involved in the public. Hopeless to. And then, when she was praying daw, it became very clear sa kanya, sinabi daw ng Panginoon sa kanya, ang problema mo, Iha, you're looking for a political solution or an economic solution to a spiritual problem. So I think our problem is spiritual in the sense of one, identity. Sino ba tayo? Tayo ba yung Pinoy na mapagpatawad tapos gawin mo lang paulit-ulit? Ano yung pagka-Kristiyano natin? Ano yung appreciation natin? Anong mali sa ating society? Tama na ba yung 6 years, maayos natin, then babalik? And then, ano yung values talaga natin?
May mga kasagutan yun. Interesting questions. Kasi madalas pinag-uusapan problema ng identity. Sino ba tayo? Do you have answers to these questions?
We have to decide it, Kuya Boy.
We have to. But as a people, have we decided?
We haven't.
We haven't.
Nag-aagaw eh. Di ba? I mean, again, micro and macro. Micro, Kuya Boy, if I ask you who you are, But you would tell me, may time ka rin na nag-search, may time kang galit, may time ka natutuwa, but now I know who Boy Abunda is. Di ba? Ako, even as Alan Cayetano, I always know who I am. But as Alan Cayetano sometimes I question.
Okay, let's bring that to national identity. Do we have a national identity?
We do, but we're young and we're confused.
And we are searching.
And we're searching, but we're searching in the wrong place.
But
we're
okay.
searching in socio-economic and political sphere. All identity starts with your values.
Community. What can we do?
Everyone would quote noon, yung mga quote ni JFK, and one of those na parating kino-quote yung, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And it was such a breath of fresh air kasi parang we're all magnanimous, we're all ready to help. And remember, it was during this time na sobrang naghihirap yung Korea. And hindi pa natin binabanggit, but during that time, Koreans would surrender some of their jewelry, some of their to pay for their national debt and then for their nation. Diba? I mean, you could imagine, ang Pinoy naman, to be fair, bayanihan, kapitbahay, kamag-anak, diba? Sabi nga, mangungut, kakain ka na lang, bibigay mo pa sa bisita mo. Utang-utang ka na, uutang ka pa para nga yung sa may sakit na. So, may generosity naman tayo. But in that sense of nation building and bayanihan at that scale, to be fair, ibang klase yung nangyari sa Korea, and then there are other countries na may example.
But how strong is our sense of community?
So that's nga,
lalo na ngayon.
So that's ngayon the problem. When it's someone from the community who proposes it, it's medyo welcome. But they have to know how usually it's the political leaders who know how. But when the political leaders say now na eto dapat yung gawin, babalikan kayo. Hindi kayo gobyerno, dapat kayo kumilos. But the reality is, there are things that the community can do that government cannot. I'll give you an example, a specific example, sa isa kong meeting. I was talking to some church leaders. Sabi ko, mga boss, mga kapatid, pag ang gobyerno, halimbawa, bumili ng bigas, kahit sabihin ng gobyerno, eto para sa mga gutom lang to, sa poorest of the poor. Maraming mahirap Siguro 60-70% mahirap. Siguro sa 70%, 30% nun hirap na hirap. So pag pumila na sa daan yan, lahat hihingi. And then away pa yan sa barangay pag hindi mo binigyan. Pero kayo sa church nyo, alam nyo kung sinong niwalang pamasahe para kunin yung libreng bigas. Of course, government has so much resources that there are things government can do that the communities cannot, di ba? Tapping the communities for the, community pantry by its name pa lang Isa community, hindi gobyerno yun. Diba?
Kailangan magsanib puwersa ang gobyerno at ang komunidad.
No, and also, hindi pwedeng mag-away Hindi pwedeng you versus us the politicos and the first layer of their supporters versus the rest of civil society or of the community. And when we talk about community, Kuya Boy, marami yan Homeowners associations are community. Your family and clan are community. Your prayer groups, church, etc., religious community, di ba? Brain power, that's an academic community, di ba? But you have to make them feel welcome then.